Hello, so this is how to qualify for student loan forgiveness programs. Students willing to work in specific positions or jump through other hoops for several years, student loan forgiveness can represent a huge weight lifted and lead to tens of thousands of dollars in savings. The key to making the most of student loan forgiveness is understanding how your program works and making sure you follow the directions to a T. Here are some of the top forgiveness programs and what you should focus on to make them work in your favor. So first, what is student loan forgiveness? When someone uses this term, student loan forgiveness, they are usually referencing a conglomerate of programs for students that can ultimately lead to the forgiveness of all or part of their student loans. These programs all have their own unique requirements and approval standards, and some of them are even geared towards a very specific niche in the working world. While not all forgiveness programs will work for every student, most students can find one program that can help them get at least some of their student loan debt wiped away. What is the difference between student loan forgiveness and discharge? If you're granted student loan forgiveness, likely it was due to service in a particular occupation, like a job in a nonprofit sector, or a qualified public service position. If you're no longer required to make your payments due to other reasons, like a school closure or a total or permanent disability, this is likely a student loan discharge. The student loan forgiveness programs. The following student loan forgiveness programs could help you get out of debt faster, but make sure you understand the rules before you apply. Public service loan forgiveness. Public service loan forgiveness is geared toward graduates who are willing to work in a qualified public service position for a period of 10 years. This program requires full-time employment with the U.S. federal, state, local, or tribal government or a not-for-profit organization, and you have to make 120 on-time payments or an income-driven repayment plan to qualify. You also need to have direct loans or a direct consolidation loan before your monthly payments start to count. If you can meet all the requirements for this program, you could have your remaining loan balance forgiven after 120 qualifying payments. Also note that forgiveness under PSLF is not considered taxable income. There's also a teacher loan forgiveness plan. Teacher loan forgiveness is offered to teachers who have been employed as a full-time, highly qualified teacher for 5 complete and consecutive academic years at a low-income school or educational service agency, according to the U.S. Department of Education. Further, at least one of those years must be after the 1997 and 1980 to 98 academic year. The loans you're seeking forgiveness for must have been made before the end of 5 years you spent in qualifying teaching service. If you're able to qualify for this relief, you can receive up to $17,500 in loan forgiveness, depending on the subject you taught. Mathematics, science, and special education teachers can qualify for the highest level of forgiveness through this program. Then there's Nurse Corps Loan Repayment Program. If you're a licensed registered nurse, an advanced practice registered nurse, or a nurse faculty member with qualifying nursing debt, you may be able to qualify for this program. Additional requirements include working full-time in an eligible high-need nursing area and having attended an accredited school. Upon qualification for this program, you can receive 60% of your total outstanding qualifying nursing education loans over the course of 2 years. Once you complete the first 2 years in this program, you can apply for a third year and another 25% in forgiveness for your original nursing school loans. Income-driven repayment plans. You can also apply for income-driven repayment plans that can lead to ultimate forgiveness of your remaining student loan. Specific plans that qualify include pay-as-you-earn, revised pay-as-you-earn, income contingent repayment, and income-based repayment. Each of these plans requires you to pay a percentage of your discretionary income for 20 to 25 years before forgiving balance that remains. To qualify for income-driven repayment plans, you must have eligible federal student loans. Note only the forgiven loan amounts after 20 to 25 years will be taxed as regular income, which could lead to a hefty tax bill. Student loan forgiveness for military members. If you're a member of the military or a veteran, there are plenty of ways to get the government to pay off some of your student loans. One option is the National Defense Student Loan Discharge benefit, which can help a military member get some or all of their loans canceled if they qualify for hostile fire or imminent danger pay. If their military service ended before August 14, 2008, they can qualify for up to 50% forgiveness. If their military service ended on or after that date, they can qualify for up to 100% forgiveness. Since this program is only available for federal Perkins loans, and these loans are no longer available to new borrowers, this program should only be explored if you have old Perkins loans that you're still trying to pay off. If you're a member of the National Guard, you can also be eligible for a student loan repayment program, which may grant you up to $50,000 in student loan forgiveness if you complete an eligible service contract. So this is forgiveness programs for doctors. If you're a doctor, you may be able to receive some relief on your student loans. If you can qualify for a loan forgiveness program, most programs in this niche require you to work in a high-need area for a specific length of time. But the forgiveness amounts you can qualify for tend to be high. For an example, the National Health Service Corps Loan Repayment Program offers up to $50,000 in forgiveness in exchange for 2 years of work in an approved position. Other loan forgiveness programs for doctors include the Indian Health Service Loan Repayment Program and the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Health Resources and Services Administration Primary Care Loans Program. Also note that several branches in the military, including the U.S. Army, the U.S. Navy, and the U.S. Air Force, who have loan forgiveness programs for health professionals who serve in the military. Loan forgiveness programs for lawyers. There are also quite a few forgiveness programs aimed at lawyers with student loan debt. Although some of them are administered through specific law schools and geared towards their students, numerous state-based loan repayment assistance programs also assist. So make sure to check with state options that may be available to you. On a national level, students can consider the Attorney Student Loan Repayment Program, which can help you see up to $6,000 of your loan balance wiped away each year, up to $60,000. The John R. Justice Loan Repayment Program is another option if you're a public defender. This program lets attorneys in this position qualify for up to $4,000 per year in student loan assistance, with maximum forgiveness of $60,000. Loan forgiveness programs for Americorps. People serving full-time in Americorps are eligible for public service loan forgiveness. Additionally, the Siegel Americorps Education Award is granted to individuals who meet and complete the approved terms of national service in the Americorps program. This award can be put toward your education costs at any approved post-secondary educational institute or GI Bill-approved programs. You can also use the funds from the award to repay any qualifying student loans. The amount is equal to the maximum amount of a Pell Grant and can change based on the year. How to get student loan forgiveness. If you're wondering how to get rid of student loans, programs that offer forgiveness can be the answer you're looking for. However, you shouldn't run toward forgiveness without arming yourself with information. While the rules vary, qualifying for student loan forgiveness typically requires you to have specific type of student loan, keeping in mind that most forgiveness plans are only applicable to federal student loan debt, work in a specific job, a high need field, or a low income area, agree to work for a specific length of time, make on-time payments on your student loans while you work towards forgiveness. To qualify for loan forgiveness with your chosen plan, make sure you understand the ins and outs of your plan and what it takes to qualify. Read all the fine print and reach out to the administrator of your student loan debt relief plan if you have any questions along the way. Things to consider when applying for student loan forgiveness. Student loan forgiveness programs can help you save money on your student loans in the long run, but there are plenty of pitfalls to watch out for. Here are some factors to consider before you pursue one of these programs. Loan forgiveness can be considered a taxable event. Some loan forgiveness programs include income-driven plans, will leave you with a tax bill after the program is complete. Since forgiven loan amounts are considered taxable income, this doesn't mean a program isn't worth pursuing, but you should know the tax status of your forgiveness program so you can plan accordingly. Scams are out there. Nearly every industry has its share of scammers, but the student loan industry is no exception. Watch out for debt relief companies that promise to make your student loans disappear. They cannot, but they will charge you money anyhow. Forgiveness typically doesn't apply to private student loans. Note that most forgiveness programs are for students' loans backed by the federal government. If you have mostly private student loans, forgiveness programs may be harder to find. Some forgiveness programs take a decade or longer. Also consider whether participating in a forgiveness program is worth it when you need to spend 10 to 25 years in some cases to achieve forgiveness. If you are earning a good income, you might be better off paying off your loan as quickly as possible so you don't have monthly payments hanging over you. Student loan forgiveness isn't an option if you have already defaulted on your loans. Once you default on your loans, you lose all federal protections and benefits. What to do if you don't qualify for student loan debt forgiveness programs. If you have private student loans or your career doesn't make it possible for you to qualify for traditional loan forgiveness program, then you'll need to pursue other options. Consider these strategies to pay off your student loans once and for all. So switch up your repayment plan. If you don't qualify for forgiveness on federal student loans, but you need to lower your monthly payment, see if you can play around with your repayment plan. Federal loans offer plans that let you repay your balance for up to 30 years, which could significantly lower your monthly bill. Refinancing your student loans can be a smart idea if you have good or excellent credit or a co-signer lined up. Private lenders can offer lower interest rates than federal loans do, and you can choose a repayment plan that works for your needs and your budget. Pay more than your minimum if you want to ditch your loans as fast as you can. Also consider paying more than the minimum payment each month. You'll need to notify your loan servicer and specify that you want your overpayment to go toward the principal of your loan balances and not towards your next payment. But you'll save money over time as you slowly knock down your loan amount and pay less and less towards interest each month. Next steps to consider. If you qualify for student loan forgiveness or discharge, conducting the proper research and making sure you have the approved documentation on hand can help you get the forgiveness you need. The application process can vary based on the situation, so contact your loan servicer if you have any questions throughout the process. If you're still seeking forgiveness but don't qualify for the programs, refinancing your student loans can be a way to save money through lowering your interest rates and condensing multiple loans into a single monthly payment.